Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Fulmer with New Testament Christian Church here in the Camp Humphreys community. And I'm with you today for another 5-minute Faith Talks video. Once again, if you find these 5-minute Faith Talk videos to be encouraging or enlightening or inspiring in any way, we ask that you would share them out on your social media pages so that other people could also learn how to have stronger faith in God. But for today's video, we're going to read once again from Hebrews 11 because it's such a great chapter to read about faith. Hebrews chapter 11, and you can find this outline and read along over at pastorfulmer.com, or if you're already there, just scroll down past the video a little bit and you can read along. The outline is there. Hebrews chapter 11, we're going to begin at verse 5, and our title for this video is Faith That Pleases God. Faith that pleases God. And we're going to talk about a man by the name of Enoch, a prophet from the Old Testament. Hebrews 11, beginning at verse number 5. But faith, or rather by faith, Enoch was translated, that word translated means to transfer, was transferred or translated that he should not see death, and was not found because God had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony, that he pleased God. But without faith it is impossible to please him or to please God. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Now, this area speaks of Enoch, whom, again, as I said earlier, was an Old Testament prophet. And we know that because the New Testament prophet Jude, who also was the half-brother of Jesus, one of the half-brothers of Jesus, told us that Enoch was a prophet. And that here in Hebrews 11, we're told that Enoch's life so pleased God that God brought him from this life into eternity with God. Now, God has a future plan for Enoch in the tribulation time period, which you can read about in Revelation. That's an entirely different study on its own. But that is not why God brought him into eternity, so that he could use him later in the book of Revelation. That's not the reason. The Bible declares that before his translation, before he was transferred to heaven, he had this testimony that he pleased God. So I believe that God transferred him into eternity with him and decided to use Enoch at that later time in God's plan, because Enoch had faith that pleased God. So while it's true that God does have a special calling for Enoch, it was his faith that moved God to bring Enoch into eternity with him. And isn't that encouraging unto us, that we don't have to have some great skills and we don't have to have some great calling on our lives. We just have to connect with God and let our faith in God grow, and that is what pleases God. And this is good news during times of great trouble and distress, because God isn't looking for some great one to come along and save the world. God already has someone to do that. His name is Jesus. But rather, all God is looking for is someone who will simply place whatever amount of faith they do have in his eternal hands and let him work things out. So that's good news, because we read about all these great people. We read about people like Enoch in the Bible. And we might think that, I have to have this great earth-shattering faith, when really Enoch was just your average person who just started walking with the Lord, and he allowed his faith in God to grow. He connected with God, and God made his faith grow to the place where he had faith that pleased God. So much so that God will greatly use him in an amazing and an awesome way. And so God uses everyday people who are living their everyday lives, doing everyday, maybe seemingly mundane things. And when you and I, place whatever faith we have in God's hands, he does the rest. Isn't that amazing news today? So are you ready to have faith that pleases God? If so, simply connect with him in a simple prayer of sincerity and ask Him for that kind of faith, and He will surely develop it in your heart. This is Pastor Fulmer with New Testament Christian Church here in the Camp Humphreys area, letting you know that it's been great to be with you in this video. And again, if you found this video enlightening, share it out to your friends, all your social media friends, and your community, and we will see you in the next 5-Minute Faith Talks video. God bless you.